Hello and welcome to the Quebber channel. I'm Jason, your host, and I want to talk about my media server. Now, my media server is a set of files, a set of movies, music and TV that I move from computer to computer. Sometimes I have it on a central computer, sometimes it might be on some of it might be on a SSD and so on, to use outside the house and so on. But the thing is this: long ago, before Netflix, before Spotify, before all of these things started up, in the early 2000s, when Paola got ill, I wanted to make sure that Paola had access to entertainment anywhere in the house. Now, back then, we were using VHS tapes and that, and Paola was sometimes too ill to get up to go to the computer, to go to the TV, to find a tape that she wanted to watch, to pull it out of the big library we had and put it onto thingy and press all these things that you had to do. So I wanted to streamline. So that's when I started to digitize. I took a VHS recorder, I took 2K connector, a TV transcoder card type thing, connected the VHS to the computer and started to rip these things for personal use, only for inside. Even my media server is only available to me, and this allowed me to start in the early 2000s a media server. And when Spotify, when eMusic, when all these different things started to appear, when Amazon Music came out and all the streaming services and that, I started to realise something that I really fucking didn't like. We no longer owned music. We no longer owned any kind of movies and that. This was what the corporations wanted to push on us. They wanted to take away things, so they had control. They wanted to say, oh, you've got to buy a new version of this, you've got to buy this, you've got to do this. And don't get me wrong, if they put out an enhanced version and the Blu-ray versions are better, fine. But if they edit them to make them politically correct and so on, fuck them. I'm looking at you, George Lucas. Now, the thing is this: every single TV series, every single movie, every single bit of music that is on my Plex, I either own myself, physical copies, or I've bought it myself, or it's public domain. Now, there is some movies from the 1950s that I like, that are out of rights and that, which you can download, black and white science fictions and stuff like that. Some of them haven't been thingy. They're like 70 years old now, 60 years old now. So yeah, but apart from that, everything else is mine. And this is the power of it. First of all, when I stopped paying for subscription services, when I stopped paying for Spotify and Amazon Music for Paola, because she loved her music, and instead every month that same amount of money that we would have paid on those, we went to Amazon. And in fact, let me pause this and show you. Okay, so this is my music on Amazon Music. This is what I've bought. I've bought this. I can download. One of the last albums I bought was Amberian Dawn, their redo of the ABBA stuff. Fucking brilliant. So all that can be downloaded. I've got some weird stuff on here. Mortal Coil, Pendragon, so on. All of this stuff can be downloaded, no problem. I actually own that stuff. Now, you don't, if you use Spotify, if you use Amazon Music and actually subscribe per month, your wonderful little list that you've got, your wonderful, amazing playlist for all your things, you'll notice sometimes songs disappear from it. It's not a bug, it's because licensing's changed and they can take away at any point in time. I didn't like that. So when it came to it, just to put stuff in perspective, movies. Yes, I like all the janky science fiction and horror and things like that, and I've got them all here. And then if we go to other places, I've got so many things in here for agents. Okay, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, there. Now, I've got the full Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series on my Plex. No, the whole point is, this is my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. box set. I own it. It's mine. I've just transferred it digitally so it's easier to get. I've got stuff like The Flash. I own the entire Flash series. Prison Break. Excellent series. I've got the entire Prison Break series. And of course, we've got the classic, absolute fucking classic, Looney Tunes box set, the gold edition, the one with all of the original ones, the non-politically correct stuff. So, I don't keep all these out, and it'd be a pain in the ass to get the discs out and play it in my Blu-ray player that I've got downstairs. Instead, the wonderful thing about these media systems is like this, is you've got information, rating, reviews, and so on. Plex is very good. It's become more of bloatware. It's a choice between this and Jellyfin at the moment. Or I can just really use VLC as well, and just have the files there and access them then. Completely my choice, but it's my choice. And you know what? If there was a disaster and the internet went out tomorrow, I could still fucking watch my movies. I could still watch my TV series. I could still go to any one of my things and pick up where I left off. I can go through my my Infinity War collection and cinematic universe of Marvel, which has become very, very woke recently, unfortunately, but all the old ones I like. I probably started losing interest in the Marvel stuff after about Infinity Wars and Endgame. That was a good arc. I liked that arc. That was awesome. After that, they've had some big missteps. Well, I watch Scrubs a lot, and for example, if we go back to here, I can click on my Scrubs episode, and bingo, I've got all the episodes here. At the moment, I'm on My New Coat. Series 2, Episode 5. I rewatch it. I'll rewatch it all the way through it, and then I'll watch it again from the start. It's one of my comfort things. But it isn't just this, it's music as well. Let's have a look at my library. Now you've got to understand, me and Paola have a very eclectic thing. We aren't into just rock. We aren't into just heavy metal. We aren't into just classical thing. Any kind of music that we actually enjoyed, and some music from TV programs and that, would just be grabbed. So as you can see here, you are seeing a very, very eclectic set of music from all different places. It's kind of cool. Now, I don't listen to music as much as Paola did, because it used to trigger me a lot. Because Paola created all of our old playlists and that, listening to music was quite hard to do. But yeah, this is the history of the kind of music that we loved in Paola. And we own every single one of these albums and what they have. And so yeah, from Simply Red to bloody Soft Cell, Seal. Here we've got bloody music by Steven Seagal in here. Yes, next to Tom Jones and music by Tracy Lords. Yes, she did actually do some music and it was pretty good. Paola downloaded and bought that one a long time ago. All the way down to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. We've got some of that music there. And then we have some original artists ones which will have different add-ons and that. If I change it from, let's change it from artists to albums. There. Can switch it to albums. I can make little playlists. I can do all these things. And I don't have to worry that one day a certain person in a certain government or a certain fucking corporate executive can say, oh, we're cancelling that license, and it disappears from my playlist. There's not much more music these days that I like. I find, unfortunately, a lot of modern music to be derivative. Not all. There is some artists that are interesting, but I find most of it to be far less interesting. And I mean, when you think about what we've got these days compared to stuff like Alison Moyet and Alice Cooper and Aerosmith. Adele's pretty good. Aurora, Avril Lavigne. We are talking Art and Gothel all the way back to, I mean, Beautiful South, amazing. And of course the Beatles. Then we've got the Billy Idol, Bon Jovi. These were iconic groups. All these groups are different. We've got Chumbawamba, we've got Breaking Benjamin. We've got, I think I've got some, actually, where is it? All the way down to Divine Madness, which is really nice. So, this is my media system. Now, my audio system, as I say, the MP3s, I grab that and throw them on anything that I'm going to have. Gorillaz, one of their original ones. Goo Goo Dolls, Godhead, George Michael, Genesis. There's so many good sets of music. And the original score from The Crow. That was awesome. The original score from The Crow. So, all the way back to Grid, Evolver, damn, Imagine Dragons. I get very distracted by when I see the music. And Incubus, Succubus. There is people alive today who've never owned their own music, who've never owned their own movies, that are coming into being now and not seeing what it used to be like and what we've lost. Oh yeah, instant movies, thousands of movies, hundreds of thousands of songs and all those things. It's wonderful for the great expanse. But how much of that is trash? How much is it? It's just filler. And how much do you have absolutely any say in keeping a copy for yourself? There'll be music that you're listening to right fucking now that at some point in the future a corporation or a license will stop or a contract will stop and it'll disappear. And you won't have any physical copy of it. A lot of this music came from films and that we loved. I've even got the Elf and Lied original soundtrack. Love the music to that anime. That anime is so dark. Do not watch it if you're a child. It's an adult one. Not as in there's nothing not safe for work, but it's very, very dark. It's not something a child should watch. Elf and Lied. And I've got the original video game music for Warframe. We bought all these different things when they were available just because you don't know what's going to happen. I'm sorry, sometimes I do turn off the Plex. Sometimes I do turn off this. Sometimes I turn on my Blu-ray player downstairs and actually take it out a disc and play it because it's the physicality of opening up a box, taking out a disc, putting it in a machine can be part of it's almost like a ritual. It feels nice to have the physicality. It means if my computers ever break down, I would cry because I would have to I have two gigantic, something like 120 litre plastic containers inside downstairs cupboard, which contain every single DVD. Without the box, I took them all out of their boxes so that it was just the film, the actual disc and the actual thingy, which I should really check on and make sure that the discs aren't getting stained by the actual paper around them. But yeah, I own them all. Don't let corporations and that take it all from you. They already want to turn all fucking games into services, so you don't even own them. It's crazy. It's horrible to be put in this situation, to be having all of it taken away from you. This is Jason for the Quibber channel. I hope you're having a good day.